Some of you might know this from your favorite anime, but it happens in real life too. It's top 10 historic betrayals that changed everything. Number 10, Judas. I brought you frankincense. I brought you myrrh. Murder. Judas. Probably the most famous on this list, especially for our viewers who practice divine worship. JC, Jesus Christ. The Messiah had come and life was good. Except for that one really awkward time at dinner when JC said someone would betray him. Not paying much attention while eating his dinner was Judas, who would later sell out Jesus for a mere 30 silver coin. I'm pretty sure that's how the story goes, at least that's what I remember from Bible school. It's been a while. What's the lesson in this one? Well, I'd like to think it's friendship. So, don't sell your friends out for silver. Sell them out for gold, because it's worth a lot more now. See? Yeah.
Is it me, Jesus? Is it me, Jesus?
Number 9, Epilates. I think I'm saying that right. Sorry, Greek fans. The horrible looking hunchback traitor who sold out the 300 Spartans. Okay, well, he wasn't actually hunchback. I guess they just used that as a stylistic device in the movie to foreshadow that he wasn't really such a nice character. The Battle of Thermopylae was Sparta's greatest endeavor. 300 Spartans, brave and bold against the hordes of the mighty Persian Empire. Despite some losses, the Spartans held on, and held on bravely. That was until Epilates told the Persians about a path that went around the Spartans' flank, allowing them for a swift victory. Why sell them out? Well, simply because he thought he would be rewarded. Was he? Not really. And eventually the Greeks caught up to him and they got him. Yeah, not so great. Don't sell out your friends. Not even for gold, I guess. Number 8, Benedict Arnold. In the beginning of the Revolutionary War for Independence in America, it really wasn't clear who the winner was going to be, and bets were on the British Empire, but in the name of freedom and democracy, it was worth fighting for. The challenge in the beginning was organizing the militia and doing their best to attack key targets, as an all-out war they wouldn't last very long. However, some men back then were very full of pride, and that included new ragtag officers and generals of the militia. Benedict Arnold was always coming up second, even if he threw himself out there first. Always took the guy's thunder away. Well, he felt so excluded and wanted military fame so badly, so bad, that he betrayed the Americans by turning over West Point Fort to the British, forever being known as a traitor. You can't do that. You can't do that for fame, dude. You gotta fight for democracy, man. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Number 7, Brutus. A2 Brute. Despite the Romans looking like they had everything under control, they didn't always, and you shouldn't be surprised to know that sometimes the politics, they got a little messy. Brutus was one of Julius Caesar's main dudes, his right-hand man, if you will. He was in his inner circle. After Julius Caesar took the whole consul thing a little too far, well, it is clear something had to be done. After all, no one should have all that power, and he was too dangerous to be kept alive, said a once powerful and my favorite Jedi Master on the Jedi Council. So the whole Senate got up, busted out their daggers the same way you have to switch on iron boots in the pause menu, if you know what I'm talking about, aggressively, and stabbed him until he stopped, doing whatever you do when you breathe or live, and telling everyone how great he was, because he was a little narcissistical, just a little bit. But they got him. Number 6, Rosenbergs. Maybe it was a sign of the times. Maybe it was because after a global war, we separated the earth into 2 political and economic systems that would dictate how things worked for the next 70 years, and with the threat of nuclear annihilation over our heads. Or maybe they just hated money, but the Rosenbergs were seemingly average folks who were selling nuclear secrets to the Soviets. Ooh, yeah, you can't do that. The communist witch hunt in the 1950s was just like any other. Some innocent folks, unfortunately, got into trouble when really they shouldn't have. However, the Rosenbergs, well, they were actually guilty, and because of this, the Soviets acquired atomic capabilities far sooner than anyone would like to admit. Number 5, Mir Jafar. Oh no, the English are coming, said the Mughal Empire. What are we to do? The General Mir Jafar said, dude, guys, don't worry, I got this one. Me and the army here? Yeah, don't worry at all. Well, by that he means he wasn't going to do much because he was working with the European invaders. Mind you, all of the empires to take on the British Empire, they might have actually had a chance because they had the means to do so. They weren't weak. However, they didn't, and the Mughal Empire fell. Mir Jafar was then given some power of his own after helping the invaders because, well, he's a sellout and he got his piece, that's how it works. And to this day, he's regarded as a traitor in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Ooh, you're a bad guy in 3 places. That's bad. Bad guy in 3 places. Number 4, Vidkun Quisling. He was a man who just wanted power and he was going to do anything to take it. After failing to gather votes during an election for his fascist party, the Germans came a-knocking. In Norway, I forgot to mention this was Norway. Basically said, hey, guess what? We're taking over. All your base belong to us, especially those crucial iron mines to the north. And like a little brother looking up to an older brother, Vidkun never got the full power and respect he wanted. He did not deserve it, from either his people or the German high command. He would reign as prime minister and maintain the puppet state that his regime was until the Russians came a-knockin'. And boy, did they ever come a-knockin'. Number 3, Robert Hanssen. Okay, so FBI, right? A federal agency that's full of secrets. Meet Robert Hanssen. He's described as the worst ever leak of US intelligence ever. Ooh, that's bad. From the time of 1979 all the way up till 2001, when he was captured, he was selling secrets to the Soviet Union and Russia. He was a textbook double agent and with his information had several agents and spies taken care of. Ooh. It's estimated during his time spying, he earned $1.4 million in cash and jewels. Now, I'm not an expert on shady deals, but you think the guy would ask for a little more, especially considering he's spending 15 life sentences in a maximum security prison. I mean, yeah, $1 million cash is good, it's not on the books, it makes it easier to spend, but $1 million for the rest of your life in jail? Nah, not worth it, dude. $1 million goes faster. In our number 2 spot, we have Italy, World War I. There was a tremble in the sky. The world was on the brink of a global war. Nations that had industrialized were foaming at the mouth to try out all their new and shiny tools of destruction modern times could offer. Once the blaming game had commenced, allies were being drawn in the sand. Italy, being close to Austria, who was naturally allied with Germany, well, it just wasn't looking good, but in an almost last-minute decision, a complete upset, Italy decided against the predictable alliance with Germany and Austria and went to war against the Austrian Empire. Who would have thought? The mountain regions of Europe saw some of the most action of the war, yet it's not shown very much, and I'm not sure, because there was a lot of crazy like trench fighting in the mountains, especially between the Italians and the Austrians. Crazy stuff. I wish there was a movie about it. Number 1, Italy, World War II. What? I know, crazy, right? Italy once again found itself at the crossroads of history, only like 20 years later. It's kind of crazy. Once again, they would have to make a decision to join the Axis or the Allies. This time they chose Axis. Maybe it was because they chose the Allies last time around and they're just playing odds, won't experience the whole game, I'm not sure. Or maybe it was because they had been fascist even longer than Germany, and Benito Mussolini was the man in charge. You could call even that a betrayal. However, in the end of 1943, the Allies' campaign in Italy was coming to a close, and not only had German soldiers been told to take up positions previously held by Italians, but Italy, after getting rid of Mussolini, switched side to the Allies. Sure, they didn't provide that many fighting men, but it was a comfort for some to be no longer at odds. Can you imagine that? Like, yeah, we'll fight with you, we got your back. And then like everyone comes and kicks your butt and you're like, hey man, listen, we tried to fight them, but we're gonna join their side now, man. We're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna come get you, dude. Like, that's so crazy. Anyways, guys, that's been all for me today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe here at Bumblebee. And if you too wanna switch sides in World War II, then check out my socials somewhere down below. I've been your host, Big Ched, and stay sweet, my little honeybees. The mountains... I can speak English. Speaking of atomic bombs... There's another one, baby! I got you! That's a burp. Okay. File these nuts.